Hello, good morning to our career talks by Skillsforce. Today we have a very special guest who has given us his precious time. He is Sreeram Somayajullu. Sreeram has over 20 years of experience in digital marketing and is currently based in Manila, Philippines. He holds a MBA from Strathclyde and he holds a Doctor of Business Administration from SP Jain. Um, he has extensively worked on B2C product handling, large budgets, and has been accountable for ROIs from planning to execution. He has a good experience on working with tools like Apps Flyer, CleverTap, WebEngage, Google AdWords, DB360, Facebook Ad Manager, Meta now, and programmatic platforms. He likes deep analysis of the marketing activities and has extensively worked on uh, tools like Excel, Tableau, K9. So over to Sriram. Thank you, Sriram, for joining us. So
Thank you.
Sriram, thank you. Thank you for taking your time as well. So, Sriram, I would like to ask you something which our audience, we are making this series for a very young audience who will be listening to this talk, career talk, and they will get inspiration on choosing a particular career. So that's the whole intention. So, Sriram, let me ask you a very basic question. What inspired you to get into digital marketing?
Okay, so early days of my career, I started as a customer service manager with a biotech company wherein I was handling large clients.
Hmm.
And then when I was handling them, I had a lot of spare time wherein like I was just looking at doing research. And then the talk was about Google
Yeah,
algorithm and in those days.
yeah,
So like that created a lot of interest in me. Started reading about what is SEO, how does it impact, and what are requirements of an SEO for doing SEO, and paid marketing was another one of them. So I saw like there's a huge market for web based companies and digital companies at that
yep.
point of time, and I wanted to make a switch, and then like I started digging deeper into it.
Awesome. So you were in, is this a period of e-com boom and all that stuff? Is it some?
Yeah, it was late stages, like it was in 2003, wherein like
Hmm.
e-commerce was almost like flattened, and then but in India there were a few like Rediff Mail and stuff and all like
Yeah,
Naukri.com and all. But in
yeah.
US, yeah, majorly like it was starting to pick up in US after
Correct.
that
Okay.
bubble.
So you rode the wave.
Yeah, I just went through, like, I just went by the herd,
Okay.
but it was good.
So you have done an MBA as well as you have done a, doctorate, PhD in digital marketing. So the MBA was on digital marketing or something general in MBA? What were your core
So,
focus in MBA?
so by the time I wanted to do my MBA, I already had somewhere around 7 years of experience.
Okay.
So I wanted to, I at that point of time, I was pretty confident on what I was doing. But to look at what is the future for me, I wanted to get into strategy, business strategy, especially
Okay.
specifically. So I was looking at a general management program. I was not
Mm.
looking at spending too much money, but global exposure. That's why I've chosen Strathclyde,
Mm.
where I did my MBA from.
Awesome.
And
Awesome.
similarly is with my PhD also, like wherein like the doctorate which I did was into new technologies about experience management and the digital experience management system. So like I was always looking at what could be the future, and that is where my education came from.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. And just sort of a tip to all youngsters who are looking at doing MBA. Nowadays, you also have a bachelor's degree called BBA. right? Do you think choosing the right college for doing a management course, how much importance should they give?
So, from my perspective, uh, I mean, right college, now naturally, like we go by rankings,
Hmm.
but when we dig deeper into rankings, there is much more to unearth from those analysis that these publications publish.
Provide. Yeah.
So like if I wanted to get into, when I'll give a small example, when I
Sure.
wanted to get into general management program. So what I looked at is I didn't wanted to get into any of the top tier business schools. Like that, I didn't wanted to go to US. I didn't wanted to do
Hmm.
my 2 year MBA. 1 year MBA is what I was specific on.
Okay.
But when I looked deeper into it, Strathclyde was ranking around top four business schools in the world
Oh,
for general management program.
okay.
So, and when I looked at the faculty there, like the faculty, there is also different ranking for faculty, like based on their publications, their research that they are currently handing and on.
Hmm.
So, Strathclyde had much experienced, and then like many professors who are into A star publications. So like that is what I looked at my MBA from, not looking at going by the generic rankings that many of these portals give.
Yeah, that's a great perspective. I think this is what students should look at. They should not look at the normal ranking, but also look at what are the professors publishing. That's a great point that you brought in, Sriram. So, Sriram, did you face any hurdles when you said you're working and you wanted to do MBA and then you wanted to do PhD? Were there any hurdles with you? How did you manage your time with work, family, and then your academic pursuit?
So like I need to thank my wife for that. She was very helpful in that area. Both my MBA as well as doctorate. I did my both my education after getting married.
Hmm.
It was like if there is a good planning,
Hmm.
then looking at what you have in hand and what are your strengths at, uh, and where do you see as a future as an extension of your strengths can help a lot in deciding which program to look at, rather than like going by what is there in the social media right now, like what
Hmm.
is a buzz. Instead of going by that, every field, like I'm not talking just about AI, but every field has its weightage
Yeah, yeah,
in future as well. There is
absolutely.
no dearth of talent. Everyone wants experts in their area. So that's what I believe in, and then like just an extension of my strengths is what I looked at, and then I'm sure like it helped me because I already had experience in that area. I was just extending myself rather than learning something right from the scratch.
Absolutely, absolutely. So guys who are listening to this career talk on Skillsforce, one thing that you can take away is try to do your academics before marriage. You might not be as lucky as Sriram is, so don't waste your time. When you are a student, try to do all your courses, complete all your dreams, and then when you get into a job, if you want to do specialization, just like what Sriram has done, identify which field is you are interested in, and then take the steps, the strategy that Sriram has taken. Do some research, find a college, don't go just by ranking, find a professor who is an expert based on his publication. Try to get into that executive program so you can work as well as balance. That will give you a very nice edge, right? Shriram, do you agree with
Yeah,
that? Yeah. So
100%,
yeah,
100%.
yeah. So study when you are a student, not when you get married. It is very difficult. So
Yeah.
Shriram, just for an idea for the students, the popular exams for an MBA is the CAT, right,
Yes.
in India. And of course, the first top colleges for management are the IIMs, right?
Right.
The various IIMs in Bangalore, Hyderabad, and all that stuff. No, Hyderabad doesn't have it. So if you don't get a seat ranking in the top, then there are some alternative colleges. Can you share few colleges that come to your mind that if you don't get an IM, what are the other colleges you can students can look at?
Yeah.
Name
So
name
as I
just a
said,
few. Yeah, sorry,
yeah.
go ahead.
So as I said earlier, it is totally based on what I mean, you as a student are
Hmm,
looking at. For example, if you are looking at mass communication
hmm,
specifically,
hmm,
then there is one institute called MICA in Ahmedabad,
hmm,
in Gujarat. If you are looking at economics as major strength, like
hmm,
DU is there, or
hmm.
even like there are many in Mumbai also.
Yeah.
uh, and it slowly depends on, like, it has nothing to do with uh, uh, institutes. Yeah,
Yeah.
like if you're hardworking, if you're like if you have all the ticks on like what is required to be in IIMs, yes, please go ahead for that. Else there is nothing to worry. It's only on building your strength. Like there are colleges, every college that is there in India has its own strength. Just look at what the strength is. Will that match what you're looking at? And then go ahead. And there are a lot. Like in Kolkata, there is Institute of Social Works. Yeah, it's like in your university.
Hmm,
So like they have a very good curriculum, like a fantastic curriculum, like it can't beat anyone. Similarly, is like IP in Hyderabad has a wonderful curriculum,
hmm.
and there are many, like plenty of them. Just look at like what uh, they are good at, and then like if that matches your
Yeah.
aspirations, please take it up.
One last question on MBA, then we'll go to digital marketing. So when you're doing an MBA, what extracurricular should a student get involved in? What would you recommend that will
So
add
like
to his job prospects?
yes. So one thing, like rather than looking at how the company is placing and then like waiting for the placements and then like just trying to fit into uh, whichever placement you get, look at identifying like your interests, and then start preparing for that. Look at the trends in the market. What are all the minimum requirements? Go through Naukri, like what has been asked from a recruiter,
Hmm,
and research on it, and that will give a deeper perspective rather than just waiting for. I mean, like, not I'm not blaming anyone that they are waiting for
hmm,
um, anyone to place them, but right approach would be this: like just identify what your core strengths, and then like that is be a much easier approach than uh, waiting for getting
absolutely.
placed.
Okay, that's great. That's great. Switching to digital marketing and the digital world. So we are blasted with digital. Every place it is, marketing is not only it's the digital marketing is the front gate to any company which is trying to sell a product. So the emphasis on digital marketing has become enormous. All companies are racing towards it. They're taking, of course, they're blending to the technology. They're adapting technology, like AI has come in as well, right? So what are the major trends you see in digital marketing? What should a digital marketer be, good at?
Yeah, so like one aspect which I look at when I'm looking at hiring is the person having accountability in delivering numbers.
Okay.
Like if this quality is there, it doesn't matter what space he is learning at.
Hmm.
He's going to figure out what needs to be done.
Right.
Uh, so like, and digital marketing being such a big scope to get into, like someone can get into acquisitions, retention marketing, and then like there is always about like product marketing, and then like there is data analytics, marketing analytics, and then like all there is the scope of digital marketing is much higher than any other scope in the company. So look at like what can you be trusted on, that only depends on your depth of like what needs to be done when in the, it's about more about reading the case studies, and then like at your level probably, like at someone who is preparing for getting into digital marketing, he may not be having like experience. So like reading more about what is happening in particular case study, how was it handled, what were the variables that were involved, like what he needs to be picking up, and what needs to go down, like cost versus like reach, frequency, all this, he or she should be ready to have a appetite to experiment.
Absolutely.
And digital marketing is only about experimentation. Like I have seen myself in all my career that the strategies which I applied in one company in the same industry, if I go to different company, they all flopped.
Okay.
So like everything is unique.
Yeah.
So like the experimentation is the only aspect that everyone in this field needs to be hands on with.
Okay. So let me ask you from your own team that you have currently. You're leading a team of different variety of skilled, talented uh, candidates. So, what does your team comprise of? What does a digital marketing team comprise of? What are the skills that you look at?
So, like, I have one guy who is taking care of video marketing. I have one
Mm.
guy who's taking care of SEO. I have
Mhm.
one guy who's taking care of influencer marketing. I have one person taking care of the communication, which will be about emails, and then like the notifications and social media page updation and etc. And one person takes care of the analytics,
Okay.
acquisition analytics to be specific,
Mm.
and also he looks at like what is the growth, how is the growth happening based on the North Star. And
Okay.
one person is totally about like value improvement, improvisation, like in terms of like the retention marketing.
Mhm.
And I do have like product marketing, like as a shared resource, like
Mhm.
which works with multiple departments. But product marketing is equally as important, like looking at like what features need to be introduced, like how can he increase the product engagement, the what features are adding to uh, add more revenues, and UI, UX, and designer is one of them. Yeah, pretty much. The team
For a,
is
for a,
like
for a, for a
multiple.
creative, do you have creative people, like people who do graphics and do storyboarding? Do you have people who also do some calculations on stats and all that, who come up with charts, do the analysis? Someone who
Yes.
is a media production team, which does photography. They
Hmm.
also do sort of, I don't know. Do you have people who dress up people for the particular ad shoot? So, is it a circus out there?
Yeah, it is. In terms of like if a particular person is not required full time for any aspect, for example, like we hire models
Okay,
from various agencies. Now, I don't need a person there, so I'll
correct.
outsource some of these activities.
Yeah.
So, like the photo shoots, and then like advertising from these models,
Mhm.
and then like media planning is not something which needs to be, which I think like I don't have that kind of data to analyze which platform can generate what. So, like the media planning aspects
Mhm.
are all like most of them are outsourced, but majority of the internal decisions like they are happening internally within the company.
Mhm.
The recurring aspects, yes, all these will go in house.
Awesome, awesome. So I think that's the end of my questions to you. I'll just summarize a bit for the audience. So digital marketing is is an explosive field where everyone has a stake, and you have to be a creative person. You need to bring your best. Having a proper understanding of the whole process of marketing, like Sriram mentioned, and the path he has taken. Like, he did an MBA, he was working, then he did an MBA, then he did something more to get a doctorate in digital marketing. This is like a path to get into the excellence position, right? But when you're a starter beginner, try to focus on learning the art of marketing through a B school. Most that those B schools will give you enough fodder, and they will give you all the background that is required. That the tricks and trades, you will learn to manage the ropes when you are working. That is something which comes from experience. No books, no professor will teach you that. So if you're passionate, I think this should be a path you should take. And we wish you all the best in your career. And thank you so much, Sriram, for taking your time today. And though it is very late for you on a Sunday, but thank you. I hope this will be used by a lot of people to understand, who are trying to get into this field. They'll use this as a starting point. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks. Thank you very much.
Bye.